Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the But Seriously podcast. My name is Casey Johnson, alongside the love of my life, Raymond Stabmiller.
Oh, I'm so flattered. You just, yeah, probably for the best. Don't have as much room on this table.
And Richey Stevens.
Hey.
He's so happy.
I don't get an intro that like
because you're
awesome.
not the love of his life.
Of course not. I'm not the love of anyone's life.
Wow. Wow.
So, how are you guys today?
Glad you're back for another episode.
Yeah, we made it to episode 2.
Yay! So far, so good.
Yeah, this is... and I feel like a broken record here. I did this in the content rundown, and I'm doing it again, but, like, seriously, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
that's
Richie's our hype man, can you tell?
Thank you all for...
No, it's
just
worse when you try. I should note it is only the second episode and we're already recording in a different location with a different setup.
Yeah!
Spring break.
Spring break! Woo!
Yeah, and I didn't really want to get out all of the mics this morning, so we're using the commentary setup and then this other mic, and this is all the stuff that produces a merge. So,
yay.
Chalkboard wall.
Yeah.
As you guys saw in Monday's video.
Yeah. Oh man, that video was awesome.
Why didn't we write making fun on the back?
You know, because we don't think.
But
no, Richie, you can't get up during the podcast. We don't have legs. That's the thing. We have legs all the other times, but as soon as we record the podcast, our legs just disappear.
Yeah.
Your leg is mine are shaking.
Yours always shake. It's called phantom feeling.
That's true. That is true.
It's not his leg. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the But Seriously podcast. Most of the news is serious, but this news show is pure BS, and every episode of But Seriously starts with the RCR report, where I read you all of the news that you did not hear on the 6 o'clock news, and then these three friends each bring a random topic of conversation. If you like that, then like the video, share it, and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Gentlemen...
I'm so excited. It's my favorite part of the week.
5 items on the list today.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Fancy 5.
I'm scared.
There's a Fantastic Four.
Alrighty. First story.
We never see these.
Nope.
Yep. The hot convict, the sexy felon, mugshot McDreamy, whatever media nickname you associated with Jeremy Meeks, he's out of prison. Meeks, who rose to fame after his 2014 mugshot surfaced online and the nation got hot and bothered, is in a Sacramento transitional housing program until July, NBC Bay Area reports. The viral star, who was serving a 2-year sentence on a felony weapons conviction, also now has an agent. We have a lot in store regarding Jeremy's new career. There are a multitude of offers on the table, he says. He told BuzzFeed there are even movies on the table, and in case you need further proof that his booking photo is worthy of the fawning it received, they're actually using it as his headshot. So you remember that mugshot guy that everybody said...
super pretty.
Yeah. And everybody was like, he needs to be a model. Well, he's literally...
He's actually a model.
He's going to be a model now.
What?
That is the way the internet works.
What was his charge again? It was weapons?
Weapons, yeah.
It was a felony weapons charge.
And that just goes to show kids everything in life can turn out good if you're pretty.
Thank you.
Which is why I'm glad we decided to rest our hopes on this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since the podcast is sound half the time, so they don't have to look. So that makes it a lot easier
as long
on
as
us.
we're entertaining. Yeah. If you're entertaining and they can only hear you, then it's good. And if you're pretty and a criminal,
it's even better.
Yeah.
Hey, girls like the bad boys.
Well, we all know how it worked out for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yay!
Yes, I know. I'm so happy
we
for
love
him,
you,
and
Leo.
I'm also so sad.
Because Leo's not watching this.
There's no Oscar jokes.
No,
Leonardo
DiCaprio, avid viewer of Making Fun.
We love you, Leo.
He never misses an episode.
I wish.
If you're watching, Leo, send us an email and say hi.
Yeah, seriously.
Comment first so Ben Walker can't.
I love Ben. He just keeps commenting. Oh no, I messed up my microphone.
Quit it.
Stop.
I got yelled at last time.
All right. Next item on the list. A Los Angeles-based photographer is taking pole dancing out of the strip clubs and into a swimming pool. Brett Stanley, 40 years old, enjoys taking photos of pole dancers performing underwater. He says it's a way to show the activity as a beautiful sport, not just an erotic performance, according to Barcroft TV. That spin is why April Stanley, a 42-year-old pole dancing instructor, chose to grind it out in a photo shoot. She says, I do it because I want to get rid of that stigma that everybody has about pole dancing, that it's from clubs and all that. I love it because it's beautiful, athletic, and artistic, and I would like to repeat. He says it's a way to show the activity as a beautiful sport. Beautiful sport. 42-year-old pole dancing instructor sport.
I mean, this is a good way for them to get all the sweat off their bodies as they're pole dancing. We're gonna be honest.
I've heard of getting wet, but
I was trying to think of fitting that in somewhere, and I could not think of a way for the life of me. 42.
Well, you can probably fit it in. It's wet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not going to make any
42-year-old
jokes because they're probably just going to get bleeped.
Just one long, continuous...
That just reminds me of the video you showed me yesterday. No. So, 42-year-old instructor is teaming up with a photographer, or is it the same person? Okay.
Yeah.
And they're taking
I
pictures.
think the guy wants to take pictures, and the chick was like, "Okay."
All right.
So
I mean, she's already
at least
putting...
it would be easier to like do the whole like turning your complete body upside down, and because I mean you're underwater, gravity really doesn't work. You can do
it still works. You don't go into water and then all of a sudden you just fly up in the air. You jump in the pool and then you're just into space.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it.
Like you just jump into water,
and that's why
just, like, what? Just flying, flame shooting out of your butt.
Okay, how did we get...
Because gravity doesn't work when you jump into a pool now.
I was trying to forget I said
so
that.
then they fly, and they do so. And
but where's the fire come from?
There are only so many things in this world that go to space, Raven.
Okay.
Right?
You need fire to do that.
Space shuttles.
Yeah.
And rockets. You need an explosion to do that. Where do most explosions come from in the human body?
the human body.
I don't know, Casey. What's the last time it happened when I brake tested you?
I just love the sound effects you decided to add for like the music that was takeoff.
Yeah, because
of human flying into air with fire coming out of their butt is not impressive enough.
God's watching, and he's like, "That's pretty cool. Let me turn up these jams and serenade this beautiful moment."
Yo, dog, have you heard my mixtape?
Whole world just catches on fire, and we're screwed.
So cynical today. Good God, you know how to take the fun out of a moment.
Yeah.
You gotta make fun, bro. Make it.
Next item on the list.
Okay.
You know how runners will go around like town and use their GPS routes to draw something?
Yeah.
Well, you can officially no longer do that because somebody in Germany has taken the drawing by tracking your movement concept to the next level by doodling an image of an airplane with an airplane. The unidentified pilot took off near Hamburg on Saturday, performed some agile acrobatics, and landed in the North Sea archipelago off of Helioli. This thing. It's Germany. You know, I don't have to pronounce anything in Germany correctly because what good has Germany ever done for the world? I shouldn't have said that.
Oh my!
DR 400 180 Regent aircraft's route was recorded on live flight tracking website Flight Radar 24 on the return flight to the German mainland. The plane appeared to script some letters, which the site's blog believes were the pilot's initials. You can't read them. I looked at the footage, and the stunt came 3 days after the same plane drew a heart, perhaps as a test run. My apologies to Germany.
I can't believe you.
And you yelled at me for taking the fun. That was horrible.
Just saying, this.
They've given us some good
stuff. Germany, we love you.
It's like that thing that was on the internet a few years ago where it was like, I wonder if Germany's history books are like, we messed up there, we messed up there, we messed up there, we messed up really bad there.
Okay, I'm not going to give any specific years.
See, I thought whenever we started this article that you were going to talk about how somebody like trademarked it or something. But nobody's saying that you can't do it. It's just not as impressive anymore.
Yeah, well,
that's all it is.
You can't do it because it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, it's definitely not as impressive. It's like, yeah, it's like everybody.
I don't like planes, so I wasn't doing that anyways. I don't like heights.
I don't like planes or running, so unfortunately, I'm just out of contention here.
I mean, I could just walk. I mean, it's not.
I don't like that either. I pretty much just stay in the chair as much as I can.
Drive a car, yo.
What about roller coasters? How do you feel about roller coasters?
Roller coasters, I have an interesting relationship with.
Okay.
I know. I can imagine what this relationship is, because...
Okay, then tell me what it is.
Wow, this is gonna get dark.
No,
tell me more.
Let's go.
My father, as a big man, has a hard time riding roller coasters because he can't find one that he fits in.
Pakistan.
Right, that's fair.
Okay.
That's
You've
fair.
met my dad. You know.
Yeah.
I love your dad.
Pakistan.
If you had said the same thing without the dad card,
I'd have gotten ripped.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I love roller coasters.
Mm-hmm.
I like being on them, but they hurt. And I'm right at that perfect level of bignessness where
Trademark.
I can fit in, but it isn't comfortable.
So,
Oh no.
Story.
Oh no.
No. This was actually probably one of my worst moments at Kings Island.
Oh yes.
So
Okay. One of your worst moments, at Kings Island, or one of your worst moments of all the moments you've had at Kings Island, because that's an important.
At Kings Island.
Okay,
so it's not one of your worst moments ever.
No, I was
kind of disappointing.
I was kind of mean to this girl on the roller coster.
Oh my
So
gosh.
she was freaking out behind Joel and I. Joel and I decided to go for the 4th of July. We went to Kings Island.
Oh no.
I'm scared.
And the Beast was having some problems, but Joel and I decided to ride front row. 2 girls were sitting behind us. They were probably about 16, 17 years old. And we get...
And you weren't hitting on them?
Wow.
No. You would have been younger at the time.
True. Anyways, this was actually last summer.
You were...
No. He was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Small acceptable range there. I feel
we're in Indiana.
And I went to
There's a
ride roller coasters,
buffer.
not hit on girls. I'm sorry, but I wanted to ride roller coasters.
Okay, first of all, you always hit on girls when possible.
That is true, but beside the point. So she's freaking out the entire...
He didn't hit on girls because he wasn't able to. He did say the Beast was having some problems. Please continue. I won't do it again. All right, there.
There it is.
Savage. There's two.
Please continue. Though. I won't do it again. I promise.
So we get towards the end of the roller coaster, and it's right before we go into like the 2nd or 3rd tunnel, and it's one of the slower moments. And I just look over, and I was like, Joel, I'm gonna be really mean. Hey, is that beam down there broken? She flips out. Like,
oh my god,
you're a terrible human being.
Some hardcore praying, but holy crap baskets! Like, she was praying to every religious figure we could think of. Like, we heard Buddha, we heard God, Yahweh, Ra. We heard them all. And I was just like...
Poseidon.
Thor.
This great flying spaghetti monster in the sky.
Yeah, flying spaghetti monster in the sky was one of them.
Ben Walker again.
Actually, she said the flying spaghetti monster in the sky, and I instantly thought of Ben. But, so we get off the roller coaster, I was like, I am so sorry. She just kept saying, I hate you! I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die.
We all are going to die one day.
But I got on roller coasters because heights.
It's the most depressing
What is up? This is what happens when we record in the morning. Everybody...
Last time was like 5 p.m. We were all like excited.
It wasn't 5 p.m. It was 6:30 because we had to come pick you up.
That's true.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
All right,
oh my
guys.
goodness! I'm sorry.
Next story.
Not to continue being a downer here. Sorry to break it to you, but the beard on your face, this technically pubic hair.
Really?
Now, hear me out.
Okay.
Number 1, the term puberty is a direct descendant of a Latin word, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce after the Germany debacle, for age of maturity and manhood, as well as pubertus, which means adult, full-grown, or manly. The Middle English term for pubic hair was literally something that contains a letter that isn't in the alphabet. So etymologically speaking, any hair that grows in a place it didn't before puberty is pubic. Okay. Now, the follicles of beard hair are composed similarly to the hair on a man's groin and armpits, according to this doctor from of dermatology. He says that the concentration of some of the glands is high in several areas, so the characteristics of the hair are very similar in terms of thickness of shaft.
What?
And I'm reading it, man.
Shaft.
Yeah, thank you, Richey.
The hair characteristic of those areas are very similar in terms of thickness of shaft and quality of hair. And number 3, it's believed that our groin hair has stayed thick throughout the process of evolution, so it can release pheromones and attract mates. Your beard does the same thing. Your signature smell comes more from beard hair than from scalp hair. The base of the hair follicle is much bigger on your face, which is why it looks thicker on your face than your scalp hair. But it's considered the same type of process, just slightly different growth rates, but the same otherwise. So in conclusion, if you have a beard, you have pubes on your face, or maybe your privates have a little beard on them down there. Perhaps it's all semantics, but either way, yeah, science has given us a lot of great things.
That's why bearded men attract mates all the time, and that's why I can't attract any, because I can't grow one.
You're trying. I see your little try.
This is 2 months' work.
This is like 2 weeks.
My dad and I have the same problem.
Before too much longer, I'm going to get to the point where it's going to be a hassle that I have to shave like every morning, and it's going to be awful.
You're going to just come into the studio one day, and you're just going to have the luxurious beard.
I hope. Please.
I will call you Gandalf for the whole episode. Just saying.
This needs to happen now. I'm going to be upset. Okay, so basically you're telling me I have pubes on my face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same, fam.
I mean, yours look a lot more like pubes than mine do. However...
It's a chin strap.
I was so confused where shaft was brought into the conversation.
Yeah.
I feel
apparently the shaft of the hair.
Yeah, like how
how thick the hair is.
Yeah, which makes sense, but could they not have used a different word when talking about pubic hair, because they all knew it was on our mind.
I mean,
got the point across, I suppose.
And
I'm trying to hold back the laughing.
Don't. That's the fun of this.
You're fine here.
You heard me earlier.
I hate my laugh.
This is a safe place.
Nobody's gonna judge you except the entire internet.
And you know Casey.
Casey always judges
the beast.
I'm going to judge you whether or not you laugh.
That is true. I usually just have to laugh.
Why is this thing so loose?
Stop it. Stop what you're doing. Quit doing what you're doing.
Collaborate and listen.
And our final item on the list today is an interesting bridge. It's a shame when superheroes use their powers for evil. Authorities in Texas are seeking a suspect who concealed his true identity by wearing a Captain America costume during a recent beauty store burglary. Security footage shows the suspect and his accomplice, who was not dressed up like a superhero, taking merchandise from the UTLA salon in Plano, Texas. Police said several additional burglary incidents at these salons might be related, and dang, I knew he was torn up over that Civil War, but I guess we know who comes out on the losing end, huh?
Dang it, Bucky, and dang it, Cap. Come on!
It's going from Captain America to Captain Miss America, from what it sounds like.
Wow.
Oh,
that was good.
That's pretty. I like that. That's fist bump worthy. But
I stopped listening about halfway through because I had that joke and I did not want
to
forget it.
You didn't want to lose it.
I didn't want to lose it.
So
either way, though, that is an interesting bridge.
It is.
RCR report now over. Richie, what is your topic?
So,
and I'll get
the internet has.
I'll get my Sharpie ready here.
Yeah.
Because
oh, this is gonna get I don't know. I might try to
20 minutes.
to hold back. I might try to hold back, but
you try a lot and it never works.
It did last episode.
That's very
true.
content
rundown. The content rundown's when it.
You're very right.
You didn't cuss once in the content rundown. You cussed once in.
I saw myself because I went to say "son of a." I was like, no.
Okay, what's your topic?
The internet broke this past week with the reveal of Spider-Man in the Captain America Civil War trailer. You weren't kidding when you told me to keep the topic.
Yeah, I feel like Richie's reaction was a very high-pitched scream that I'm not able to imitate.
Actually, it was. I was just sitting in my room, and I was like, oh, the Captain America trailer's up. I'm going to watch this.
Not as high as I expected.
Yeah, it wasn't that. My voice is losing because I was literally screaming at Joel, Luke, Michael, and Bryce last night on Smite because I was getting aggravated. But anyways,
you're always getting aggravated at that game.
That is true.
He's always getting aggravated.
He's always.
But so Spider-Man, I'm excited for. The Russo brothers over this past week also stated that Tom Holland is to Peter Parker / Spider-Man like Robert Downey Jr. is to Tony Stark / Iron Man. So I'm excited. I've been excited since they announced that Spider-Man was going to be in Captain America Civil War. I have a theory on how they're going to bring him in and everything. Not like that because I have a feeling Tony's just going to go out and recruit him. He's not going to actually come to Tony. Tony's going to actually personally go out and seek help from Peter Parker. So, also the internet is blowing up with, I hate the suit. The suit's too much CGI. All of that crap.
Yep.
He was in the trailer for 2 seconds.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on Spider-Man being in the Civil War?
I thought it was. I'm reserving my judgment, of course, until I see more footage of him. But it was shocking to me how CGI it looked.
Well, and that was my first answer, but I turned up the resolution a little bit, and it actually looks a lot better. Like from the YouTube file I saw, because the one I looked at looked like kind of like a leaked trailer almost, and it looks a lot better with some of the pictures.
See, I was watching it on 1080p, and it still looks CGI as crap to me.
I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen it. However, I did see a screenshot of it, and
it's probably on my Instagram page.
It probably is. My first reaction when I saw it is that I thought it was fake.
Yeah,
it
literally looks fake. It literally looks like somebody.
And that's not going to be his original suit because they said Spider-Man will be getting another suit in the movie.
Okay.
So that might be like his kind of like his starter one.
Right.
Kind of like how Peter had or Tobey Maguire had the mask,
the wrestling
thing, yeah, the wrestling get up.
And then we had Deadpool who was in a white hoodie and jeans.
And then it started bleeding, and
And honestly, how did Deadpool just make that suit? Like, he went from very, baseline suit to a very, incredibly impressive
leather,
suit.
Spandex.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine it.
I want to see the deleted scene of Ryan Reynolds actually stitching that together.
20 minutes of just that. It's the entire deleted scene.
Okay, now we talked enough about Deadpool last week. Let's...
And this also brings me to, I'm excited for the reboot of the Spider-Man movie because they've been releasing some of the new cast members, and I can't think of the girl's name who they just casted, but from the rumors of who might be the villain, I think a great villain would be Kraven the Hunter because they said we're getting a villain we've never seen on screen before from the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, Kraven would be
Kraven would be probably the best starter one because he did kind of train Spider-Man to be the sneaky talented guy he is today.
Yeah, and it makes sense if Kraven would be the first person that Spidey goes up against, because this new spider dude pops up and Kraven's like, oh, I'm hunting that.
And I feel like it's going to be the bonding between them, and then he's going to turn on him instantly. So, Raven, I know you're not a really big comic book guy like Casey and I. What are your thoughts on Spider-Man. I mean, you've seen some of the Spider-Man movies before. Casey, I will never take to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2 again.
You can't because it's not in theaters.
That's...
Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm never watching The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with him again because he literally destroyed me in the middle of the movie theater.
I heard the story.
I was already emotional enough.
And here's the thing. I alluded to it last week, but I chose not to, and I promise I'll get back to you. I chose not to pursue it last week because I knew that the right time would come up for this story.
Are you gonna tell
then Spider-Man comes into this trailer. So it's time to tell the audience how I ruined Amazing Spider-Man 2.
And I still love that movie.
Should we throw up a spoiler warning now? Or should we wait?
It's been out for 3 years.
It's the statute of limitations is up. Well, yeah, but you're not interested.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you're not interested and you haven't seen it.
Everyone who knows me knows I'm a huge Emma Stone fan. I love Emma Stone.
Yes, he does.
And she plays Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes, she does.
Well,
I love how Raven's just responding.
We all knew she was going to die.
Oh, yeah.
Gwen Stacy is the love life, or the first love life of Peter, and she's got to go. She's got to go so we can bring in Mary Jane. So they make her die in one of the most horrific ways possible.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Technically at the hands of Spider-Man.
Yep.
She's falling out of the clock tower, or down the clock tower. Spider-Man goes, shoots his web, catches her on her chest, and when he pulls, it snaps her neck. Yes.
Wow.
Because the impact and the whole, it breaks her, literally.
Casey, I see the grin of Casey.
Oh no. Right as neck snaps. High five!
And I want to insert here.
I was crying.
Yeah, he's weeping, and
because reading it in the comics, I always got emotional because I was just. It wasn't the fact that she dies; it's his reaction.
Yeah,
and I mean, when you throw in Emma Stone dying, that makes it 50 times worse.
And as we're headed to the movies to see, he's like, "Oh my God!"
I'm gonna
Gwen Stacy. He's like Gwen Stacy's gonna die. And I'm going to be crying. I already know I'm going to be weeping. And so the entire time I'm waiting for it, and I'm like, this is an opportunity that I cannot pass up.
I didn't even get to enjoy the Goblin fight because I saw the clock tower, and I was like, yep, here it comes.
Yeah. As soon as he saw the clock tower, I just hear from right beside me.
And Zach, so here's how the seating went. It went, Joel,
maybe.
Or no. It was Zach Patchett, myself, Joel, Casey, Nathan. So Joel is sitting between Casey and myself.
So Casey had to reach over Joel.
Oh yeah, and Joel's laughing the entire time.
This is one of the first times I had met Joel too.
Yeah. He's been down in the TV studio a couple times, but Casey never met him.
Yeah.
Well. It gets worse.
It gets so much worse, and this is one of the proudest moments of my entire life.
So he goes, high five, I exact words, shut the up. It's fine.
Nope.
Okay, fine. Anyways, he does it for 5 more minutes. It gets to the scene.
Holding out your hand.
Just every once in a while, I just go,
high five, and I'm just like,
high five.
So it gets to where they do the whole cliche montage of he watches her graduation speech because he was late to graduation because he was out being Spider-Man.
Yep.
They did the same thing in the first one, except it was with Uncle Ben's voicemail.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, in the origin movie, we won't be getting an origin movie. Yay! No more Uncle Ben's death scene. Martin Sheen was enough for me. Anyways.
What if it was Charlie Sheen? That would have been a much different movie.
Yeah.
Be like, I understand why.
What happened?
Winning.
What happened to Uncle Ben? Oh, he overdosed. The AIDS got him.
He got murdered in the streets by his drug dealer. That's actually what happens.
Anyways, so he's like cleaning out the room, and he's got pictures of him and her up on his wall, and he looks at his phone, and it's a picture of her, like, laying on his chest.
It's a selfie.
It's a selfie. Casey just leans over and goes, "She was dead in the selfie."
Because
just one last...
Like, yeah, the selfie, like, she's leaning on his chest and it looks like she's taking a nap. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, she was dead there. And he just decided one last selfie. No, but I do want to get your thoughts on everything, whatever he asked you earlier.
I don't even remember.
It was just, what are your thoughts on Sony actually giving the rights to Marvel to bring back Spider-Man? Because with that, it kind of scrapped the whole Sinister Six movie. The Venom project is actually still in the work. They did say that the Venom movie is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. That's weird.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, but that's weird.
It is, but Venom is kind of the anti-hero. He's kind of like Deadpool. And so this will be like Sony's version of a guy who is evil, a guy who is good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what are your thoughts on this?
Firstly, my thought is that Civil War is going to be full of a lot of stuff, because I've seen so many different things that are going to happen. At first, it's like Civil War. It's like I don't even know what was happening, and it's like Cap and Iron Man are fighting, and then we got Spider-Man's coming into the mix. I'm like, this is way too much for one little movie.
It's the funny thing about it is a lot of comic book fans are like, "Wow, this is kind of sad." Mm-hmm. Because in Civil War in the comics, it's like 40 people on each side all facing off, and then it's like 5 people on each side facing off in the movie.
Well, they haven't really... This isn't going to be like the traditional Civil War, because I don't remember the exact reason, but I know it wasn't because of Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes is going to be like the main reason the Civil War is happening, because from what the trailers are looking like, it's Cap siding with his best friend since they were kids back in 1930-something. Because they grew up. He doesn't age because he's the Winter Soldier, and Cap was frozen for 70 years.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out, because, I mean, I'm a huge comic book fan. I always look forward to the movies, except Fan4Stick. I never looked forward to that one. Yeah, I saw it anyways.
What'd you call it?
Fan4Stick, because it's fan with a 4, and instead of calling it Fantastic Four, because it doesn't deserve that title.
That's fair.
This logo just reminds me of the logo that Casey showed me yesterday.
Here's how bad it did. Batman and Robin got better reviews than Fantastic Four.
Batman and Robin, like...
George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The one with the bat wallet.
The one with the bat nipples.
The one with the bat credit card.
This just sounds like a really bad porno. Like, that's all I hear right now.
That's pretty much what it was, actually.
It was a bad porno without the porn.
Oh, so it's just a bad-o.
George Clooney even apologized for the movie.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And it's George Clooney we're talking about.
He's like, my bad on that one.
But, yeah, hey, the past is the past. We're not going to focus on it, even though that was a major crap fest, and that's going to be a poop culture movie.
Oh.
Oh, no.
For sure.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Garbage.
Sure.
Batgirl's suit was hot, though.
Yeah.
The only other note that I have on Civil War is that I'll probably go see it because I may get dragged along by you.
Yeah, you're gonna be dragged along.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be an IMAX one. That's not gonna be a...
I spent so much money. Okay.
I'll pay for your ticket. I got you.
Great. We have it on footage that he's gonna pay for my ticket.
It'll be a date night without Emily.
Okay. Whatever. She'll be okay.
She'll get over it.
She'll be fine.
It's the making fun trip. By the way, I forgot to say this, but we didn't reach 100 subscribers. But I went ahead and bought you guys cookies.
Oh.
Actually, I lied. It's donuts.
Oh,
even better. Which reminds me, after we get done recording, we do need to talk about Batman versus Superman tickets because we didn't do that last time.
And we are very bad about talking about.
Is there a movie theater near your house?
There's 2.
Cool. One of them an AMC?
Both.
Awesome.
So yes, to answer your questions.
So we probably should get an early showing so we can get back to your house because you have class.
Yeah. Anyways,
I mean, I really don't have much more on the topic of Spider-Man other than the fact I'm looking forward to the movie. I'm looking forward to see if they're going to bring Gwen Stacy in or if they're actually going to stick with Mary Jane Watson this time.
Right. Well, as we move along here, Raven, What's your topic?
So I talked about this the other day on NitPixels. Something that doesn't happen very often, but did happen. Rocket League is having cross-platform play. So players that have an Xbox One like Richey and myself who has a computer and Casey who has a PS4, we can all play together for the first time in any game in quite a while.
Yeah. Now will we be able to invite each other to a game, or do we have to we randomly go up against
I don't know much about it. I haven't looked into it. Probably should have. Look at me. I'm so prepared. But I would presume it works as a party system in the game.
Okay.
I think there's like MMOs. I think for some reason I think Final Fantasy 14 has cross-platform. I'm
Between
probably
PS3,
wrong.
PS4, and PC. Yes, that one I am very familiar with.
Does it have cross-platform?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so it's probably within the game that you can invite in. There's always the thing you invite in game to different players.
So,
you'll probably have to create an account in game.
Yeah. I haven't played Rocket League yet, and it's on my list to
I have.
play because
I've played 3 matches. With
I
Casey.
watched him play it when we did our first episode of Emerge, because he's like, I didn't even look into the game because I was like, it looks stupid, and then Casey showed me it, and I was like, this is the most beautiful game I've ever seen. I want to play it. And then it got announced on Xbox, and I was like, well, there it is. Gotta get it. Yay.
Yeah, I think I ended up getting it for free somehow.
You PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, it was probably PlayStation Plus. No, but this is gonna be. I wonder if there's gonna be any concerns with the gameplay, because that was one big reason that Destiny wasn't cross-platform.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's super expensive.
Right.
Especially for a game of the scale of Destiny.
Destiny's garbage.
That's not what I'm talking about here.
Destiny is garbage in very specific ways, and not always.
True.
A lot of stuff was fixed in Taken King.
Yes, but
I ended up getting Taken King.
The fact that I had to pay, or I paid $60 for this game, or $51.37 with my Gamers Club.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they promised us this amazing game and then only gave us half of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of upset with Bungie, because Bungie's always made the Halo games fantastic. Always had a great story.
Yeah.
The story for Destiny was just...
It was non-existent. It was really confusing.
I had to go and look up the lore for the actual story on Bungie.com, because they're like, we'll give you the story, you just have to read it on our website.
Yeah. One of my main things is that I spent $64.19, which is retail price plus tax. I spent an extra $40 or $35 on the season pass, and saved a whole whopping $5 on the 2 expansions.
And then got an awesome Sparrow
And then I also turned around and bought the Taken King bundle, which had all the DLC and everything for $40 for my Xbox One.
See, I didn't even want to buy the Taken King. Joel and I did our license transfer, so he bought the Taken King, and I was like, the only way I'll play it is if Joel gets it miraculously, because he loves Destiny. And
Taken King fixed a lot of it. But
it did fix a lot of it, but it just drives me nuts how this game was so broken that I personally didn't enjoy it. Plus, the loot system in it is completely garbage, because you could be the best player on a team in PvP and get a normal tier item when the worst player gets an exotic.
You gotta pray to RNGesus, yo. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Cross-platform play. One of their biggest concerns. They wanted to do it. However, I'm pretty sure that PS3 and Xbox 360 were locked at 30 frames, and Xbox One and PS4 were locked at 60. One of the biggest things is that in PvP, also the resolution on the resolution for Xbox One and PS4 were slightly... Excuse you?
Sorry. Joseph was calling me. I told him I'm in a meeting. We're in a meeting. Continue.
Xbox One and PS4, they had... Overall, there were more pixels. So that gave they felt that gave the players in the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One and the PS4 an advantage over the 360 and the PS3, because they had more pixels to shoot at, and they had better aim.
This isn't the same situation.
Well, exactly,
at all,
and that's why we didn't see it in Destiny, but that's why we're seeing it here, because it's a lot easier to manipulate that, and it's also in the same generation.
Just because I want to clarify something else up as well. The operating systems for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 are completely different, because PlayStation 3 was running Blu-ray discs, first gaming console to ever run a Blu-ray disc, and Xbox was still running on the normal DVD disc.
Let's not even talk about what Nintendo's doing right now.
I don't know. They have a Blu-ray player, or they have a Blu-ray disc, but can't read DVDs. That was one thing I was upset about.
But as we move through this idea of
cross-platform play.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
CP.
This is a lot of like I'm looking at this and I like to view a situation and then view the snowball effect of that situation in the future. And I can see this as the first step in, like, huge things.
Yeah.
Because this opens up so many freaking doors.
Yeah.
And, like, as I was reading a couple articles yesterday and scrolling through Facebook and news sites and stuff, so some guys from Xbox were like, oh, yeah, we want to be able to do this.
Yeah.
We totally want to be able and that, number one, that just shows that the console wars don't truly exist.
No, the console wars don't exist amongst the developers. They exist amongst the players.
Yeah, it's just the players and, you know, PC Master Race. Yes, PC is upgradable. They're fantastic about that.
PC is better. I've spent $3,000 on a PC. It is not worth it.
Well, it's rumoring that Xbox
Let me
will actually be
update
able
my
to,
drivers here.
Yeah,
they're wanting to be able to update Xbox Ones and put like newer hardware into them. Like the players are, the consumers are actually going to be able to give that.
I mean, you still technically can with hard drives. That's a step.
Well, I meant like graphics cards, faster processors, stuff like that.
And honestly, if you're going to do that, you might as well get a computer.
Around.
Yeah.
You might as well get a computer at that rate.
Yeah.
Because a computer can do so much more than an Xbox One.
And don't get me wrong, I'm an Xbox One owner. I love my Xbox.
Yeah.
I do agree that PC is better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I believe PC is the when it comes to the master console, it is a better.
It's not even a console. That's the main thing. It's not a console.
It's a fantastic machine.
I sound like such an arrogant person.
You sound like
move.
I'm not meaning to.
That was
That's
another one.
problem.
Casey, go ahead and write the time down because I call him.
Move.
There's two.
I'll admit to that one.
You're swearing in pairs at this point, Rich.
Don't care.
Here's where I'm going to stop you though, because you just said something that's bull crap, and I'm going to call you out on it.
Woo.
The computer, it's a fantastic machine. No, it's not. It is not a machine.
It is a computer.
Is it moon sand?
No, it is not. That being said, no.
Unplug him.
When I'm
he's
sorry,
leaning
I'm sorry,
towards you.
but when you build your own thing out of a bunch of different parts from other things in order to get this fantastic machine, I'm not calling that a good console. It might be a great gaming experience, and if it goes well, it might be fantastic for you, but PC, as far as I'm concerned, does not count as the best machine because it's not a specific machine.
You have to.
True.
You can buy some computers
My bad.
pre-built, and they're doing something. I'm sure you guys have heard about Steam boxes.
Yeah. Alienware.
Which, for anybody who doesn't know, Steam boxes are basically they're putting Steam Big Picture OS on it, and you can buy Steam games and play Steam games on your computer, on your TV. The main thing is that I've put way too much money into it because I like what I see. I don't think it's the best machine because, one, if something goes wrong, like there have been times where I look at my game and I'm like, it's running slowly or something, so I spend an hour to an hour and a half fixing like the problems. I have to update drivers, have to do everything else a computer does. Not to mention, I mod Skyrim. My modded Skyrim looks beautiful, but I spend about 2 hours fixing the load order and everything on it. I spend more time modding Skyrim than I do actually playing Skyrim, because I'll mod it for about 2 hours, I'll go in the game, I'm like, oh, this is pretty, and then stop playing it.
And that's one thing that's that Bethesda is actually really good at.
Yeah.
They embrace the mods.
Oh,
and they're
of course.
actually they're bringing the modding system to consoles.
Let's just not talk about paid mods. Let's not bring that.
No.
the debacle that was. But no, it's PCs are only for the people who are hardcore about gaming, and it's kind of dumb how much money we put into this.
Yeah.
And
I used to be the same way. I'm like, oh, PCs are kind of stupid, blah blah blah. And now I'm not even like, oh my god, PCs are so great. I'm like, PCs are good because I hate it because I spent way too much money on my computer.
And the whole hardcore gamer thing, I consider myself a hardcore gamer because you know me, I spend countless hours on Dark Souls playing Smite.
I don't understand why, but yeah.
And it's not the PC's fault. It's the fan base for the PC.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where
Fan
they're
base.
like, you're not a true gamer because you play Call of Duty. You play all the crap games. Yes, Call of Duty is not really the best game. I mean, it's a multiplayer experience that will cause you to rage more than anything.
And
two of my controllers.
Fantastic mechanics. Every Call of Duty game has fantastic mechanics as well.
And it's if you play any sort of game, like if you play Angry Birds on your phone, if you play Kingdom Hearts, whatever you play.
If you play Civilization 5.
Civ 5, you and Spiff, I know.
Oh, gosh.
I've witnessed some of that, and it is horrific.
Oh my gosh! I remember first getting it, and I played. I asked Jacob before I started playing it, and I'm like, "Hey, how is this?" He's like, "It's okay." And so I started playing it. I put about 50 hours into it. I'm like, I don't understand why you don't like this game more. And he's personally put in like 125, and plus he's put over 125, and I've put in about 100 hours, because you'll just sit there and you'll be playing it, and you'll be like, "Man, I got to do this, this, and this," and it's such a brain heavy game.
I'm more of an Age of Empires guy myself.
Well, you shut up.
I enjoy my Age of Empires.
Here we go.
But I watched a documentary.
I'm ready.
I watched a documentary, and
It's been a huge line, just continuous beat.
You. Anyways.
Oh, you censored yourself. How cute.
Yeah, I did. We're probably gonna have the. Are we gonna write that one down?
No.
Okay.
No word was. There was no sound. You just.
There wasn't a sound when he did it.
That's true.
Fair enough.
But anyways, I watched a documentary, and it said that most of the gaming industry is actually mobile games.
Oh yeah. Oh, fun trivia fact. How many games are released on the mobile market a day? Take a number.
25.
You're way high and you're way low. 200 games are released on the App Store every day. Damn. Which is a lot in the sense.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're so professional. 200 games are released every day on the App Store. Doesn't mean they have to be good or they have to be bad. They're just released. Because the marketing and the licensing isn't as strict on the mobile market as it is on PS3 or on the PlayStation Store and the Xbox and whatnot. Because you technically don't have to go through ESRB, which saves a lot of time.
Okay.
I think. I may be wrong on that.
I think I understand what you're saying, but I'm still waiting on Kingdom Hearts Unchained. Japan's got it. Give it to us, Square Enix.
March 30th, we get some news about Final Fantasy 15.
That's right.
That's cool and all, but as I stated on the Kind of Funny page, because they're like, "What games are you looking forward to in the rest of this year?" I was like, Dark Souls 3, of course, and then Square Enix to get their heads out of their butts and give us Kingdom Hearts 3, not 2.8 final chapter, but 3.
I am fine.
We've lost 3 voice actors, Raven.
I'm fine with waiting for 3 because I know it's going to be good.
It's going to be good, but they got to quit teasing us and go, now in development at the end of the trailer. No.
You got
it. We've already lost 3 voice actors, Raven.
Richie, why are you getting so passionate now?
It's Kingdom Hearts.
Let me get this straight. You are... Okay, what he just said was he's fine with waiting.
Yeah.
But he is no longer fine with waiting.
Yeah.
That is what
pretty
he
much.
just said. What you just said was, no, I'll wait as long as I need to. I want it to be a good game. But I hate the fact that they haven't released it yet. No, I'm sorry. That's a little...
No, I said that. It was me. It was me. And let me rephrase that. I'm fine with waiting, but I hate the fact that they're giving us teasers. And every
teasers are what is going to make you buy the game.
2 years ago at E3, Raven, we got the first look at Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Sora walking on the beach. Okay. He picks up Master Equus' Keyblade.
Let me go at this from a different perspective, though. How long did Final Fantasy 15 just go dark?
Yeah,
how crazy did that drive everybody?
I still have the demo from Type 0 HD. I still have the demo downloaded to my Xbox.
We're gonna play that on the channel, by the way.
I'm okay with that.
We're gonna make Casey play it.
Oh God. Yes. Yes.
We talked about it yesterday.
Or let's make him do. Or we can wait and have him play the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Nah, because I want to play that.
Either way, though. Cross-platform play.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be revolutionary, and I think it's gonna bring a lot to the table. Developers want to do it, and it's so expensive, and it's hard for them to do it, and that's why they don't. Hopefully, we get some news about it becoming cheaper or becoming more accessible, because I know Richie doesn't want to get a PS4 anytime soon or a PC, but I want to play games with him because he's fun.
I'm getting a PS4.
Oh, you are?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting, or I might wait until they announce if they're going to do a special limited edition one for Final Fantasy VII remake, but I mean, the Uncharted 4 one looks.
Oh, so
beautiful.
if they do a special edition for Final Fantasy VII Remake, will you get like a quarter of the PS4 1 year, and then will your PS4 come in installments? Like you get the hard drive,
you have to build it yourself,
and then a year later you get the case.
You get the hard drive last because that's what has the game on it. The full game's on it.
Oh, I will cry.
It comes with instructions that you can't make sense of. It's like sponsored by
It's
IKEA.
in Japanese.
It's in Japanese. If it's in Japanese, I'm going to Mr. Likens. Mr. Likens, help me.
That's pictures. You'll be okay. I'm gonna get a call at 3 in the morning. He's gonna be like, "Help! I don't know what I'm doing."
I just show up at your door. Matt's looking at me. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I need Raven.
You always need me.
No, not really.
Oh.
I need Casey more than I need you.
Moving on, we're gonna cut that topic off right there, and
You need something to drink.
We're gonna move on.
Over there.
we're gonna move on to my topic.
Okay.
I didn't tell you what my topic was. That was on purpose.
Yep.
I'm scared.
It's thought provoking, and I want your immediate thoughts on it. We as all of us are big fans of music.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I released the first review for our channel, which was the album Traveler by Chris Stapleton, and I'm a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like that fantastic. I know
You're pretty solid.
we have music.
Yeah.
If you were able to pick up and master any instrument, excluding the human voice, what would it be?
Piano, hands down. I don't even have to think about it. It's piano.
Piano.
Piano. Well, dang it.
Why?
This didn't go as planned.
Well, like, because I'm a huge fan of strings.
Bass, actually. I changed mine to bass because I've always kind
That
of been.
seems like a really odd
Yeah.
thing to
Well, I'm gonna hear him out. Here,
yeah.
you're getting your wish. We're gonna talk about it.
Raven probably knows this reason a lot more than anyone because him and I have been friends for a while. I've always been a fan of how bass players play. I mean, the lead singer for Skillet is the bass player of the group, but Scott Pilgrim came out,
Oh gosh, that's exactly why it is.
and it always intrigued me of his ability to play the bass and the way he does it. So I always thought it was the coolest thing ever. When I was reading the graphic novel before the movie came out, and then the movie came out, and I was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Still to this day, one of my favorite movies.
It's a good movie.
But yeah, the bass, I would, and it's not just because of Scott Pilgrim, but it's mostly because of Scott Pilgrim.
See, my thing is that piano is probably one of the harder string instruments to learn.
Exactly.
If I learn basic theory and I could read music, because I'll definitely learn theory by playing piano. So I can use that as a very good base to be able to learn how to play guitar, bass guitar,
Yeah, exactly.
any other string instrument.
If you're gonna climb, if you've got a guarantee that you're gonna get to the top of one mountain, make it Everest.
Yeah, exactly. Which I've always wanted to learn how to play piano. I'm actually taking classes starting in the fall, which I'm super excited about. Hopefully I can master it. But I just love the piano. I always have.
And that being said, too, of course, I'm in the gospel music industry, and a lot of, obviously the economy hit everybody, and a lot of groups don't travel with full bands anymore. A lot of times they'll have backing tracks and a piano player.
Yeah.
So if I did know piano, and if I was the master at piano per se, then that would be my fast track to. Well, that was really loud.
Sorry.
You gotta show off sponsors again. Totally sponsored.
I showed that to my coworker and with my Chick-fil-A cup, and she was like, "That is perfect sponsorship right there."
And I will say this: it's what I said
every time.
It's what I
Every
said
time.
to these guys in our group chat, and I will say it again: making fun. Not sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Will sell out in a heartbeat.
And we don't even need payment of money. We just want chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, honestly,
if we get free Chick-fil-A for every video we record, I will be perfectly happy with that.
Yeah.
I will hang the banner of Chick-fil-A
on the wall.
On the wall behind us each
I'll
time.
wear the cow costume.
Oh my God, Sasuke's not here. I'm sad.
Richey, we're not at my house. No wonder he's not here. You also knocked over my mic.
I thought I grabbed Sasuke the last time.
You also knocked over my mic off, he says.
And how's college going for you again?
All A's.
Damn it.
All A's.
Yeah,
I'm doing really well actually.
But no, to a certain extent, I would almost say guitar, kind of, because that is the picking up chick machine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Guitars, you know. That being said, though, piano just really takes the cake for me. Although, again, and now that we've excluded, if we're including the human voice,
totally the human voice,
then that's done. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I don't have a great voice, but I don't think it's awful. So it's like, I don't...
I mean, we did musicals in high school. We always had fun. We were both in show choir together. And, I mean, Hallen gave us props sometimes. So...
Yeah, I mean, it's like... And if you were the master of vocals, you would be able to... I mean, hit whatever notes you want.
Yeah.
And that'd be crazy.
God,
Calvin.
No.
Like... I mean, you guys, I periodically talk about Home Free, which is my favorite a cappella group. And you got a picture of them right there on the wall that I had all of them sign. And, their bass singer has the same vocal range.
Is he the guy that you talk about that, like, just goes straight out and singing?
Yeah, exactly, where he, like, hits a low note and it's just like...
It sounds a lot better in the headset.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it does. It's...
I just heard...
Yeah, but yeah, if I could hit those low notes, heck, and then like, gospel music has a lot of freaky tenor singers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like crazy up tenor singers, and
I was waiting. I was just waiting.
And like, if I could hit those high notes and it not hurt my voice or whatever, that'd be another thing that, because someday I would. I mean, obviously. I love going out and doing concerts and stuff, so I'd love to be able to do that for a living as a drummer. That's probably never going to happen.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the ultimate for me.
So after having this discussion, Casey, I'm afraid to ask, but where is this going?
That was the discussion.
Oh, that's the topic? I thought this was going to be about the 4-year-old Asian boy who was on Steve Harvey's show the other day that was actually mastering the piano. Played in 3 months, 4 years old.
All right, well, you seem to know about this, so tell us about it, Richie.
Tell me a story.
I love how he's like, all right, I was prepared.
Sunday night, after I got off work, Jessica Pepler and I...
wow, he's still even tired.
You told me to tell you.
So deep.
Tell us about the child, not your life story.
No, we were hanging out. I'm getting to that. We went to pick up Michael because Michael was going to hang out with us as well.
When I was a boy.
back in the year of 1995 when I was born.
Well, when we got to Michael's house to pick him up, we came back upstairs and his grandpa was watching the show Steve Harvey was hosting. I don't exactly know what it was.
Steve Harvey. It's just his daytime talk show, yeah.
Oh, this was at like 7 o'clock at night though, so I was like, I don't.
Probably DVR'd it.
Probably.
You can watch daytime shows at any time.
True.
It's
With
not
the beauty of on demand.
Available between the hours of 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. On demand.
Well, we get up and his grandpa was just like, guys, you got to look at this. And I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. He always has something interesting on the TV, whether it be a good movie or a good TV show. And this kid was like brilliant. And I was just really intrigued because he was just sitting there, he was playing Beethoven, and then Steve Harvey's like, oh, I'm gonna try to school this kid because I've had more practice. This kid knocked Steve Harvey out of the water.
Really?
It's impressive. I'll show you guys the video when we get done.
Okay.
It was incredible.
Yeah,
so that's where I thought you were going.
I was just wondering if you guys could master any instrument, what would it be? But no, now we're on the topic of Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, I'm really happy for him.
Can somebody remind me who Steve Harvey is?
He's the guy
Family Feud.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like
Kenan Thompson does a great Steve Harvey.
Oh my lord, yes.
With the mustache and.
I'm glad that Steve Harvey found his niche.
Yeah.
Because I always felt that as a stand-up comedian, Steve Harvey was never the best. Like,
Wait, Steve Harvey was a stand-up comedian too?
Yeah. Yeah, he was part of the Kings of Comedy.
Oh, okay.
But I never felt that he was the best. But
Right.
I feel like
He's no Eddie Murphy.
Nobody is. But I feel like he's certainly no Bill Cosby. I feel like his niche, the way that he really fits well into comedy is reacting to other people, and so now he's on Family Feud.
Yeah.
And like when somebody says something stupid, he does that.
The uncensored tapes they don't show on TV are the best.
Yeah.
Because there's probably 5 or 6 sexual references.
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Bare minimum.
It's awesome. But yes, Kenan Thompson, easily the best Steve Harvey I've ever seen.
And
better than Steve Harvey.
with Steve Harvey, the first time I have recollection of ever seeing Steve Harvey on a screen was watching Johnson's Family Vacation. I don't know, it was with Cedric the Entertainer, where they rent the Escalade and they go to the family reunion. That's what it was. And Steve Harvey plays Cedric the Entertainer's younger brother that always was the better family, always wins the trophy at the family reunion, and he killed it in that. He was actually really
the one
funny.
scene that I always remember from Johnson's Family Reunion is when they're headed and they've picked up that hitchhiker chick, and they're in the casino and they ask her to say grace over the meal, and she starts praying to Satan.
She was a creepy person.
She was.
I could presume by the hailing Satan.
But I will say, Kenan Thompson, and I know this topic has taken a lot of interesting turns. Bear with me.
But
Kenan Thompson is a part of, in my opinion, what is the most underrated. It's one of my favorite SNL sketches ever, and nobody ever talks about it.
which one is it? Because I feel like I know where this is going.
Dr. Dave and Buggles.
I knew it.
Never seen it.
Oh, you're missing
Oh my god.
out.
Okay, so I'm going to explain to you the concept, and it was one of those. It would only work once. It was a one-off thing, and Cameron Diaz was hosting, and it was like this animal show. Like you sort of remember Tracy Morgan used to do Brian Fellows' Safari Planet.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that,
Okay.
and it was Kenan and his best friend who hosted the show with him. It was a monkey, and the monkey always, ran around and stuff. And it showed pictures of them together in the opening sequence. Except as they started off, they zoom in on Dave, start off one shot on Dave, and he's just kind of sitting there. And we find out that the previous week, the monkey went crazy and ripped off his penis and nuts and threw them. And we found out later in the sketch more actually happened, but ripped off his penis and testicles.
Okay.
And so he opens up and he's like, "Hello and welcome to Dr. Dave and Buggles. If you missed last week's show, this little demon," and the monkey's just in a cage now, and he's like, "ripped my dong and balls off and chucked them as hard as he could." So I'm not really super pumped about doing the show anymore, but we got 9 episodes left on the contract, so let's get through this together. And we find out over the course, and I don't want you to explain it all the way through because I want him to watch it afterwards.
No, I'm not going to explain anything. I just want this to sink into your mind. This is the same Kenan Thompson from Kenan and Kel and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same Kenan Thompson.
Yeah, of course. I know who Kenan Thompson is.
I love Kenan.
Oh, I love Kenan
Funny
Thompson.
story. First thing I ever saw Kenan Thompson in, Fat Albert movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in Fat Albert.
Yeah,
He
and-
was Fat Albert.
Yeah, he was
Was he
Fat
really?
Albert.
Yeah.
And so
I saw that
I
movie.
saw
Nice.
him on SNL, and he's cursed. He's forever the Fat Albert guy to me.
Oh, poor guy.
But no,
I
it
want to
was a good
see them
movie.
do a Fat Albert grown up with Kenan Thompson as Fat Albert again.
Hey,
But-
hey.
We find out over the course of the sketch that the monkey did all of these other things with
just watch it in case you don't explain it.
Yeah, and seriously, everybody watching this, go watch that sketch. I highly recommend it.
If you can find it anywhere.
You can find it.
Is it on YouTube still?
No, it's not on YouTube. It's on NBC.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, they still have it. We're going to watch it as soon as we're done filming here. And I'm going to cut it off there because
I got a sketch to watch.
One more thing I want to talk about because you brought up Tracy Morgan. Fell off the face of the earth. I haven't seen it, Tracy Morgan do anything except the Beats commercials during the holiday season.
Should I break it to him?
Yes, go ahead.
So a couple years ago, Tracy Morgan almost died.
Oh, I did not know that.
He was Tracy Morgan was in a terrible car crash. His best friend died. Tracy Morgan had like swelling on his brain and was in the hospital. I think he was in a coma for like a few weeks, and he was in the hospital for like 5 months.
I didn't hear about
That's
this
why
at
he
all.
wasn't at SNL 40. Is because he was still recovering. He did host SNL actually a few weeks ago.
I saw that.
And that was his triumphant return. But yeah, that's why he, and you put it so well, fell off the face of the earth.
Oh my god, I feel like
because he almost died. Actually, I think if I remember correctly, he did die for a minute.
And with that,
and this has been the But Seriously Podcast, episode number 2. If you like what we just went through for an hour and 6 minutes, then like the video, share, subscribe, and all of that stuff. For the worst person in the world and the best person in the world, my name is Casey Johnson, and we will see you guys next week.
see ya.